All right, welcome back to Roundtail Restoration, everybody. My name's Chris Fisher. This is my 1964 Triumph TR4, and as you can see, we're missing stuff. So the process has begun. Let's see how we got there. Thanks for watching. Working on still getting the floor out here. Several bolts. You got these 4 guys down there. Those 4 guys up there that I showed you last time with the one I had to cut out. You get one all the way up there by that little angled piece that attaches it to the frame. And then you've got this guy, which is similar to that guy. This guy, which also attaches it to the frame. And yes, with that big 1/4-inch piece of square steel there. The problem that I'm having is I don't understand how the floor connects to the prop shaft tunnel. So I'm just going to kind of go for it here and get the floor out, I think, with the cutting wheel. And just kind of go to town a little bit. Obviously, I got the frame running under here, so I'm concerned about running into the frame. So up there, I've got to take it easy and probably cut along the inner sill here to get the floor loosened up. Another thing that I haven't done yet that I'm going to do right now is just take some measurements, corner to corner on an angle, like from the bottom of the B post there up to the windscreen hole, and something top of the B post down to the bottom of the A post, that kind of stuff. One of my viewers, Robin, had a concern that these outer sills here might not be authentic British motor heritage, and they might not be. But however, I do have stickers in here. That's the Moss part number sticker. If you can see that, 88 or 855240, which is a Moss part number, and then 850282 underneath of that, which I assume is the Triumph one. It does say made in the UK, so hopefully that means that they are British motor heritage. But if you can see that yellow sticker there that's on the floor, I don't have those stickers on either one of my sills, the outer ones. I do have it on the inners. So I'll have to do a little bit of cross-referencing on Moss's website and see what they've got. But looking, there's 2 versions. There's the OEM version, which would be this British motor heritage stuff, and then there is the aftermarket version, which is not made by them. I don't know where it's made, Vietnam maybe. But one thing I did note in the pictures is that this little divot right here is not there in the aftermarket ones, but it is in the BMH ones, so I'm not sure if that's a good enough clue. It is 18 gauge steel, not 20 gauge, so maybe that's a good sign too that it's, you know, stock steel thickness. But I'll do a little bit of investigation, see what the part numbers look like for the 2 different kinds, and hopefully I've got British motor heritage here stuff because of the fitment issues that you might run into with the aftermarket stuff. We'll figure that out. But thanks for bringing that to my attention there, Robin, and we'll see what I'm in for. So like I mentioned, I'm just going to kind of go to town here and start cutting. I took some measurements, top to bottom of the B post, top to bottom, or across on the angle, top to bottom, B post to A post, and vice versa, and then across the top and across the bottom of each, just to try to get some good measurements. Again, hopefully that front portion will kind of hold itself up. But I'm just going to cut on this side, on the outer side. I'm just going to cut here into the inner sill and detach the floor at that point so that I'm not anywhere near the frame or anything like that. Around the front, use either my Dremel or the regular grinding cutoff wheel. And then again, I'm concerned with the area around the transmission tunnel or the prop shaft tunnel. Make sure I don't cut into the frame there or anything like that. So it'll be probably pretty slow, methodical, but I think I'll get this puppy out of here. All right, so that corner's a little tricky over there. I've got the plate where the little arm comes out from the frame, so I don't want to cut into that too much. But you see that now a lot of the floor is loose, so I'm just going to continue to make my way around the back there at the rear area, and then kind of, I think where that ledge is that you can just barely see across the prop shaft tunnel. I think I'm going to cut on the floor side, so down on the ledge, and just kind of punch in at an angle a little bit and cut up into here-ish. I'm concerned for the frame, obviously. Get under the car here and see if I can see anything a little bit better. But it may just be a matter of trying to rip stuff out here. I'm afraid to go into the vertical portion of that ledge because I think that the prop shaft tunnel is right there with a flange. I'm not positive, and I don't want to cut into that. So we'll see. Keep going. All right, well, that was fun. You can see how I struggled to bend this back corner here. The frame looks good. Nice full covering of grease and gunk and nastiness to keep it preserved. I'm going to have problems up in this corner here. There's some pretty severe pitting in that guy, so definitely going to have to replace at least the top of that. But that'll be once I get the body off and everything like that. Concerned about cutting into the frame, but instead I should have been concerned about cutting into the muffler. It doesn't look like I gouged anything. Doesn't look like I gouged anything there. There's a pretty good amount of gunk on top of this frame that gave me a little bit of relief, I think, like I mentioned. Pads there for the little outriggers, whatever they're called. And there's 2 layers of those things. It's like those heavy duty fabric pad. I'm going to leave that on there for now. And these brackets, I guess I didn't understand kind of how they were connected, and unfortunately I cut through that one pretty good. They're only 10, 12 bucks or so I'll probably just go ahead and get new ones of those instead of trying to play with it and repair what I've got here. I've cut into enough of them, so I just would rather have new ones there. But you can see all the grime and everything like that. So I'll take some pictures here for the spacers and where the stuff attaches and everything like that. And I was able to leave the inner sill in, so that's good. That'll give me a little bit of structural support, not a whole lot because there's not a whole lot of that sill that's actively attached, but hopefully just enough. So, but yeah, that was cool. Took the exhaust system out just so I wouldn't mess that up. So that's sitting in the corner over there. It looks like stainless stuff. The rear silencer is all bent up and dented and everything, but the front pipe and all that looks to be in good shape. So if nothing else, I can at least save that. But it was a stock exhaust manifold, so nothing special up there. But anyway, so this channel here, the reason I couldn't see any spot welds in this top part is because that's not where they are. This is an entire C channel, and on the vertical portion in the back there's just a little bit of a lip on this prop shaft tunnel that bends over, so the spot welds are on the back side. So essentially all I'm going to do is just take the grinding wheel and cut right through here. There's nothing there. The flange for the prop shaft just kind of comes down and curves just a tad, so I'll be able to get to all the spot welds. All right, so obviously got that thing off. It's going to be a little painful to get under there. It's all greasy and nasty, so I'm going to definitely have to clean that up. That corner is going to need to get peeled out somehow. So yeah, so this is a little intricate here. So I'm pretty sure the flange on the floor here came in and went down, looking at the new one. So this should be floor down here on the bottom. Now I can get to it from back here and try to drill the spot welds out. I got to get the sill out under here, same thing under here, and then I got to get the remainder of the floor out under there. Take my time a little bit and just kind of attack this in pieces, parts here, and see if I can figure out the seams. It's not quite as obvious as the Spitfire was, but just kind of go around, poke around. Got various tools and sundries here, and just see if I can start to slowly tick this thing apart. It's going to be tricky, I think, to do all this with it on the frame, but at least I'll know that it'll be square. Also, I'd like to get the car up a little higher because it's like the frame's touching my nose and I'm wheeling myself under there. So, but we'll see what I can see. All right, well, I was able to get quite a bit of that floor out. There's still a little bit right here around this angled piece. I'm afraid to knock on that. And all my drill bits are dull, so I can't do a whole lot. Slow going with the frame on there, stuff gets in the way, but I'd rather have the car nice and level to prevent any warpage or anything like that. So, relatively short video today, but that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Cheers.